Hi, I'm Linda Rumpf, reading tutor and parent support coach. And I am very glad you're here with me today. I am going to be talking about my booklet, How to Help Your Reader at Home. This booklet is a free download at my Facebook group, Miss Linda's Guided Reading Parent Support Group. And there is another little file in there which you can download called the Guided Reading Buddy. And the Guided Reading Buddy is also included at the end of the How to Help Your Reader at Home booklet. But if you just want the Guided Reading Buddy separate from the booklet, you can download that separately. And I'll tell you why you might want to do that in a moment. But first, let's dive into the booklet. So I prepared this booklet because I'm very concerned about the literacy crisis in our country. Currently, 2/3 of fourth graders are reading below grade level. 2/3 of fourth graders. And so we all know what happened to them, 3 years ago when they were in first grade, COVID hit. So there was learning loss. But even before COVID, we were having issues with children reading on grade level in the US. So this is a problem that's been going on for a while, and there are also currently 40,000 private tutors in the United States. But 2/3 of all fourth graders, that's millions of children. Even if all tutors were booked solid, we couldn't begin to touch this problem. So it occurred to me that we need to get parents on board. Parents have access to kids 24/7. Well, maybe not 24/7, but when they're not in school, they're home. And when you're home with them, you can practice reading. So in the booklet, I start out by giving you a little pep talk. And I just want to read to you a little from my booklet tonight. And hopefully you'll have the chance to download it yourself. So you'll have your own copy. But here's what the first page says. Though I am both a trained teacher and have advanced training in reading intervention, I realize that if they know where to start, many parents are capable of teaching their child. I could not include all my techniques in a booklet this size, but anyone who can read and make consistent time to listen to their child read with a little of the right kind of help can make a huge difference in their child's reading fluency. When a remedial or beginning reader reads, it is easy to identify their mistakes, or miscues, as reading interventionists call them. Tuning into the reader's exact miscues, plus a few basic concepts, phonics, syllabication, vocabulary building, and choosing the right books, is the beginning of a very good home reading program. It takes only your commitment, 30 to 60 minutes per day, 3 to 5 days a week, and a little planning, getting books from the library or online. This lesson frequency is recommended for maximum gain. With me, a professional reading teacher, a child typically gains a grade level in reading fluency approximately every 3 months of tutoring twice per week. Consistency counts, but every little bit helps. Do what you can. Just know that more practice will result in faster gains. So next in the booklet, and hopefully you're following along with me, but if not, go ahead again and go to Files in Miss Linda's Guided Reading Parent Support Group on Facebook, and you can download this booklet, and you can download the Guided Reading Buddy, which are some worksheets that you'll need when you listen to your child read. So here's the basic lesson flow. During each lesson, begin by having the child read aloud. about half the session. So for a first grader, the session might be 20 minutes long, and you would have them read aloud to you for about 10 minutes. And you can progress up to an hour-long lesson by about grade 5, with the child reading for a half an hour of that time. While the child reads, write down all mistakes or miscues. Now here's where the guided reading buddy comes in handy, because these pages are at the back of the booklet, but again, I've put a separate file on the Facebook group with just these worksheets, and I call it the guided reading buddy. So you can download that separately and just print, reprint, or make a bunch of photocopies of it, and you can use it every week. There's a week's worth of worksheets. So this is what that looks like. The first page is what I call miscues. This is a miscue sheet. So you can see you have a list here for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It goes on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, well, not obviously. Hey, go for it if you want to do this every day of the week. But if you just want to do 3 to 5 days a week, that would be huge. So you just pick your days that you're going to read. And when your reader is reading to you, this is your first sheet. You write down miscues. You write down words that they miss. That's what a miscue is. Or this could also be words that they mispronounce, stumble over, skip over. Maybe they read the word as a different word. Those are all miscues. Now, there's an alternate flow for the lesson. Some children do better going over lesson concepts before reading. This requires pre-reading the text and formatting a list of vocabulary words and 1 or 2 letter combinations that you think might be new or challenging for the child, and pre-teaching those in the first half of the lesson before you read. So the first way is that the child reads to you for the first half of the lesson and you're writing down the miscues. The second way is, especially if you have a child with dyslexia or working memory issues, this can be very beneficial, the pre-teaching method. But that involves more work, but it's very, very effective for more serious reading issues. So what you'll have to do is go over the passage or the book or the text that they're going to be reading from. So it's, a little bit of pre-planning. And you have to choose words that you think they will probably miss, words that have letter combinations that you think they may not have learned or might be shaky on, long words you don't think are in the vocabulary yet. And you compile a word list that you pre-teach to the child before they read. And what this does is it gives them repetition for the words, and it gives them confidence, and it enables them to read the passage more fluently when they come to it, because they've already looked at those longer or slightly more difficult words. So whether you choose to have the child read to you first or read to you second, after you pre-teach the vocabulary, you will still write down miscues when they read. So that's step 1 of the book. And tomorrow we're going to talk about what you do with the miscues. So this is the heart of the matter. We're going to be looking for patterns in the miscues, and I'll be telling you about those patterns. So tune in tomorrow for step 2 of how to help your reader at home. Thanks for tuning in. And As always, I give free reading assessments. Just go to my website, myhighimpacttutoring.com, and you can register there for a free reading assessment with me. It takes about an hour, no cost to you, and we can find out a lot about your reader's issues and go from there. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.